Test, test. Okay. Everything is almost working. It would help if I got the camera out. I am very blue. I'm not sure about this color. Okay. Interesting. Haddoken, welcome in. Apparently, my red color lights, it just doesn't work. All my other colors work. Let's see, what am I liking today? Yeah. All right. Well. Ooh, don't like that. I just wish my my Christmas light string didn't mess with the video. I don't know if you've seen it, but it makes the video go all wavy in the background for my camera. Just the frequency must just be right. I've got a different string I should try and grab and do. Just post in a couple spots. Okay. And blue sky. There was some way Blue Sky recently added. Oh, hey Jess. Just trying to get stuff done in the background real quick. There's something Blue Sky recently added where you can mark that you went live. Ah, here we are. Okay, yeah, so on Blue Sky it shows if you're live. Interesting. Hey D. So how's everybody doing, by the way? I figured I'd have, usually it takes people a minute to get in, so I was going to try and get some more stuff done. Oh, you're doing repo? Okay. Are you doing solo repo or are you playing with somebody? Okay. Yeah, I know repo. I've seen plenty of gameplay, but I haven't actually tried it yet myself. Let's see. I'll turn that off in a second. It was a day. I did during the afternoon. I did some work, which I stayed under my weight limit of only being able to pick up 10 pounds. Luckily, I was mostly working with scrap wood, so all of it was less than 10 pounds. An 8-foot 2x4 is 10 pounds, so it was all less than that. It was just so much kicking up sawdust and everything else, and just a lot of movement, which is partly good, getting me active, because if I don't do enough, then the muscles will atrophy, so it's good to be doing some. That got me a bit sore, but then unfortunately I sneezed, probably from the sawdust, and that's the most pain I've been in for 2 weeks. When I sneezed, my whole body moved, and my neck moved, my back, everything, and it hurt. So I was not expecting that. Oh, yeah, Gary, I definitely watch Gary, on YouTube and Twitch. He's the Hot Cross, and he plays with Gab. He plays with Gab Smolders a lot, but then he plays a ton on his own during his live streams. Pretty much if he doesn't have a set game to play, then people tell him to play Repo, and he's really good at it. It's fun to watch him. I just haven't played it much myself. In terms of watching it, I've had sometimes I'm getting tired of it, so some days I just find something else to watch if people I'm watching are doing Repo. It's not that it's a bad game, it's just for a while that was like every single stream I was watching was Repo, so trying to mix things up. Let's see. Okay. Yeah. So my last stream, I did some more Baba Is You. I've been doing that. I did that for several streams in a row. And then last stream had somebody come in who is really big Baba Is You person. They, in terms of, there's like a community around games, and this person comes from the community around Baba Is You. And basically they made it sound like I have a long time before I finish the game. So I finally decided I've got to take a break from it and just do something different. So I decided I'd do some other stuff. I'll do Fever Meme. Yeah, they were chill. They were all good. It was just, it became clear that, if I stick to just playing Baba Is You, then I'm not going to ever get to any other games. So, especially because some nights the levels are getting harder, and it would be, instead of multiple levels a night, it would just be one or maybe two, and that was just getting to be too much with how much they made it sound like was left. So I'll do other stuff. I've got Fever Meme. I started Mega Man X. But really, if I get through Fever Meme, I might go ahead and start playing some of the games I've wanted to get to. Actually, let me switch my scene over. So yeah. Eventually I'll get back to Half-Life, maybe the Black Mesa version, but I haven't decided if I want to do that soon or wait a while. Then I've got other random little stuff, a whole bunch of things I just got through, combo stuff. I mean, there's a lot more down here, but this is my grouped potential play games. But comic book store simulators sitting out there. I've got House Flipper ready to go. The laundry store simulator. I do need to get back and do some more Phasmo though. That was good, even though I just died a whole bunch, but yeah. I'm hoping not. I don't know. I started watching Queso play it, but then he caught up to where I am, and I had to stop because I realized, oh, I'm going to start seeing all the solutions, and so I don't know how much further it went. Such the artwork. I do have Quarantine Zone. Supermarket Sim. And there's another game coming out soon. Oh, Hellmart is coming out in like 10 days, maybe less. I don't remember the exact number of days, but really soon. Y'all have probably seen people playing Hellmart. Let's see. Yeah, January 28th. Yeah, Hellmart's the store simulator where you're like up in like snowy wilderness. Oh, you haven't heard of that one? Oh, actually. How is it not finding Hellmart? Oh, that's right. It's kind of a combination of stuff. Like, you know, you are working in a supermarket, but you're out in the middle of nowhere, like Alaska, Canada. I don't know. Having to stock and do stuff, clean up areas, but there's also weird customers. There's weird creatures trying to get in. There's anomalies. Hey, Frail. But yeah, like a lot of the big YouTube and Twitch people I watch have all already played the demo. It came out a couple months ago. So when I found out it was coming out in 10 days, I figured I'd switch to that and play it. I was originally going to do Quarantine Zone, but then there were so many bugs. And I'm in their Discord, and they fix bugs almost daily. There's a new update, but I just kept holding off, and then it was like, well, am I late on it? And I'll just do it whenever I feel like it at this point. Yeah, Hellmart is definitely creepy. Even just looking at the face of these people, you can tell they're creepy. So, yeah, they are active. Their Discord is pretty big, actually. Don't let him in. Yeah, so they're meeting the bugs. They're hitting them hard. So I'm not really complaining about it. I'm not, at least in the Discord, I'm not seeing people complain about it. But it was just kind of some of the bugs were like almost game breaking. So it became, I'll just wait a while before I start, because they were either game breaking or they would add new content, and then they would tell us, hey, there's new content, but if you've already started a game, it won't show up. You have to start a new game. So, yeah, reviews where dev have dropped the game. That's been such an issue when I've been trying to dig through and find stuff. So, yeah. Nah, I'm not interested in the editor right now. Yeah, you were gonna wait till later on. Yeah. It's one of those I really liked when I first saw the demo, and then I forgot about it up until recently. Let me go ahead and loaded. Which fever meme? I say I gotta go back later and watch Queso's second stream of it, where he was doing the stuff I hadn't seen yet. You know, because Queso hates spiders, and you know, y'all, if any of y'all were here when we played the first part of Fever, I mean, there were spider jump scares throughout. And then I know in the Queso stream while I was still there, the game creator Aimbach showed up in chat. He had been in there when they started playing. He, they, she. I guess I don't know. They. All right. Sound is good. All that's off. Good. Yeah. Yeah. And while it's not like the spiders are like scary realistic, they just jump out at you fast enough that I was definitely watching the first time that a spider jumped out at Queso and he was nowhere near ready. It's fine.
What you in this game both need now are thrills, not frills. So let's raise the stakes, shall we? Clearly, death has become meaningless in this game now. So from here on out, if something only kills you, consider yourself lucky. In this map, you have to climb all the way to the top to proceed. And if you fall, you start all over again. And before you ask, there are no checkpoints. Good luck. Oh no, that was almost close.
Hold on. I just realized that I've actually got a controller, so I could potentially play with the controller. I just got to figure out how. I'm still new to using controllers with computers. I've done it before, but it's just not often. And I've got a new controller, so that makes it worse. Let me pop out. Um, let's just load it back up after I got the controller plugged in. Ugh. The game captured my mouse, so I was having trouble getting it to switch. Okay. Controller's there. Alright, there we go. Get my stuff back up.
What you in this game both need now are thrills.
Okay, there we go. Controller's working now.
The stakes, shall we? Clearly, death has become meaningless in this game now. So
Run the
from
cord
here on
around.
out, if something only kills you, Consider yourself lucky. In this
So
map,
I
you
did
have to
watch
climb
this
all
much
the way to
of
the top to proceed.
Queso's playthrough
And if you
before
fall,
I stopped
you
and
start
remembered that, oh
all
yeah,
over again.
I need to stop
And before
watching.
you ask, there are no checkpoints.
So I do know about this one. I might need to turn
That was
my...
almost close.
It takes too long to turn around. Let me try the sensitivity. See if the mouse sensitivity affects this. Not me leaning forward, trying to make the jump. Come on, come on. Whew. Alright, come on. I'm doing way better than I expected. I think it's the controller helping me. Ooh, oh. It has taken me too long to find the disc. That might have messed me up. Okay, alright, we're still going. I can't believe I'm still going. Oh.
All right, come on. You got this. Lock in. This isn't even that hard. I've already put you through way worse than this.
Okay. That wasn't bad. Better than I expected. But I can't remember if it's 1,000 or 3,000 feet. It's either 1,000 or 3,000. I cannot remember. I lean towards it might be 3,000. And I feel like Queso got like the 2,700 or something. But at this point, I'm just gonna do this.
Really? Come on.
If I fall from the very first one, it doesn't count.
Can we move this along, please?
If you fall enough times,
Do you remember when I told you I believed you could do this? I lied, just like she did to me.
if you fall enough times, eventually something happens. So that you don't have to do the
All right,
3,000.
forward now. If you're really this awful at platforming, I can just teleport you to the top if you want. It'll kind of ruin the artistic vision I was going for, but quite frankly, this is just painful. So if you've had enough, just press T to teleport.
Yep. 3,009 feet. So, yeah. That's actually a good question. I keep. Okay. So it looks like there must not be. Which is almost a troll in itself to have you do all that and then get nothing for it.
I think I was really onto something in the previous map, so let's push the boundaries even further. You must traverse over an acid pit that deletes your save file should you fall in. Wow. Not even the slightest bit of hesitation? Are you really that emotionally uninvested at this point? Do you really want the game to be over that badly? All right. You want a finale? I'll give you a finale you'll never forget.
If you beat the hardest boss on stream, the achievement will be named after you. Oh my gosh. Until someone else does it. I'm sure there's crazy enough people who sit and work on that. I don't think there's a run. I think this is just one speed. I did know there was. There are different fiasco fire. Huh. I don't trust this darkness. I do know there's like multiple endings, sort of, like different things. I don't have a flashlight, no. I gotta figure out. Try to figure out how to activate the button on a controller. There we go.
And it's time for the big reveal. That button you just pressed wasn't for a final boss fight. save file? No. When it goes off, it will completely destroy your copy of the game. Forever. Ubisoft style. But to be sporting about it, I'll give you a way to disarm the bomb. It's a 5-digit passcode that was randomly generated the first time you ever launched the game. The best part is, not even I know it. How about this? I'll give you a freebie before I even start the clock. Go ahead. Oh, what a shame. It wasn't it. Pity. I mean, 1 in 100,000 odds. Sure, it's incredibly unlikely, but it's not impossible. Crazier things have happened after all. Park Ranger Roy Sullivan was struck by lightning 7 different times and lived. Joan Ginther, who ironically was a statistics professor at Stanford University, won the lottery 4 times. Now it's your turn. Just get really, really lucky. It's that easy.
Yeah, I do know there was.
Surely, if you just keep punching away at that keypad as fast as you can eventually... Wait, no. Yikes. I just ran the numbers on that. It's not looking good. Assuming the bomb doesn't automatically detonate from too many failed attempts, if you were to enter in a different passcode every 2 seconds, non-stop, you'd still take almost 3 entire days to try every possible combination. So that can only mean one thing. Guessing the passcode is not the intended solution. So now you're probably thinking, okay, then that must mean there's a clue. Perhaps the passcode is simply hidden somewhere. But where? There is nothing to interact with besides the keypad.
There's a visible wall, so I can't move closer.
Is the reality beginning to set in for you now? Or do I have to spell it out for you? The passcode was indeed hidden somewhere, but not here. I secretly scattered each digit of the passcode throughout the game. You were doomed from the start. The fact you're hearing this dialogue right now means you were unworthy of an ending any better. There actually was a good ending. A real ending. But as even you can probably imagine, this isn't it. You live and will likely die by mediocrity. And that's okay. You aren't alone. Neither of us were good enough. It sucks, doesn't it? Being vulnerable, letting your guard down, only for you to regret it? Believe me, I know. We all wish we could go back to a simpler time of fake floors and spiders. But with every passing second, those moments are pushed further and further into the ether. Our happiness lost to time. Take these last moments to make peace with it. It's all you can do. It's all I can do. It's all anyone can do. After all, no one can turn back the clock.
Alright, and the game shut down. Okay. I want to see if something happens when I reload the game. I feel pretty certain, yeah. When I was just trying to get ready for, learning about the game, I'm pretty sure. Oh, I did see a little bit of spoiler, but at the time it was so disconnected that I didn't really know what was spoiler. But I did know there was something about a bomb and something about finding codes. Um, and yeah, I think the numbers were just scattered throughout, and I just had to find them, but I didn't. Um, I'm betting there's probably a file in the game files now. I'm curious just to see if there is a file in there, if I can remember where. Oh yeah, it's my new computer, so stuff is installed in different places. I didn't think about that. Okay, there's Steam. Oh, where are Steam games installed? There, is that? No. Maybe this will work. Browse local files. Trying to see if there's anything. Extras? No. So if not, then we will find. I mean, I'm not. I honestly think it is at this point you start the game completely over, which I don't necessarily want to do right now. So we may end up just saying that's good and start a different game. But, what's in there? Okay. Yeah. I don't care enough about the game to keep messing with that. So let's move on. All right. Well, let's see. I have to start over Half-Life, so I'm not in the middle of it. I had started Mega Man X, but I'm okay to not start it. I'm not fully sure which one to play. I'm going to try and pull up one of these other random ones I grabbed. Otherwise we start one of my simulator games or something that I've been waiting to do. So, I remember this was just some random I don't know. It was a random game I got in a bundle. I wanted to play it the other day, but never got to it. Between 1997 and 98, Building 71 at a university in the south of Brazil was closed after allegations of a gas leak. However, during this period, on several occasions, suspicious activities were detected from within the building. An employee whose identity was not disclosed decided to investigate and record the origin of such activities. The man ended up being considered missing by the police, but portions of the recording are now being released to the public. Insert tape. Okay. Okay. Controllers are not for that, so. I'm really getting tired though of these. Okay. I get tired of these games that don't let me get out. Press escape to be able to go out. Interact, left mouse button. Oh, glove box. No, I still can't. Because I'd really love to be able to adjust settings. Because I know how it looks for y'all, but it's kind of. Ugh. Okay. Editor. If x equals what? I can't even tell what that says. If x equals something. Return 1, else. Interesting. Okay, unless they haven't unlocked it yet, I'm not able to jump at all. You've seen the moon. The next something is coming. Also, apparently, I walk very slowly. I do need to decide the next big game I'll play, though. Whether I'll go with, I don't know, there's Supermarket Sim, Laundry Store Sim, Comic Book Store. I don't know why school would have beds and canned food stocked in here. Remember why you're here. December 17th, 97. Marcelo, unsurprisingly, Daniel irritates us a bit. He understands well his privileges of being related to Claudia and takes advantage of them to pursue the ascension. I think, yeah. But I ask you, the simple fact that he is not a chosen one, and this is a fact, is not enough to remove him from the group. We were never on the same page in regards to letting ordinary people join us. And you know I'm against it. I know Claudia would agree with me, at least on this matter, if she were still around. To make matters worse, Daniel seems to be talking to outsiders about our plans, and before you ask me, no. He is not willing to participate in the initiation. Weak as he is, it was to be expected. And sincerely, I can't read, Deborah or something, I don't know. Okay. Hold on a second, I just remembered something. While y'all are here, oh no, I can't do that. Oh, actually, I think. Hold on, I need to find a message. There's something I want to show y'all, but my messages are not updated. First, let me check on y'all dancing. Shoot, I really want to show y'all something. All right, I'll ask my wife if she's got what I need. In the meantime, we'll go back to playing. No, I'm not even going to attempt to read that. Let me do that. Jump over here. Yeah, so there we go. Just for anybody who still is here, so we are getting ready to do the t-shirt fundraiser launch, and I asked in the Discord the other day about the pupils for the dog eyes, because originally didn't have one, and I decided to put some in. But when you look at this, since it's Martin Luther King Day, we can't find out till Tuesday, but we're trying to figure out whether we can have 2 designs as part of our fundraiser campaign or whether we can only do 1. The question is, if we only do 1, which one do we like better? And basically we've got, it's pretty much the same thing, it's just whether it's got a vest on it, like a service dog vest. Like on one hand, that applies more to what we're talking about with my son. On the other hand, anybody can go with the just life is better with a dog with anything. So it's kind of, I figured if there's people in chat tonight, then I could see if anybody had opinions. Okay. I think we haven't talked to a lot of people. I think majority of people we've talked to were thinking vest. I initially wasn't sure. Like, I was thinking, would people want just a regular dog? But yeah. So we're gonna start that on Tuesday. We should be able to get in touch and find out whether we can do 2 designs. I know we can do different colored shirts or types of shirts with 1 set design. We just don't know if we could do multiple designs. So we'll probably get like 3 different colors, like a blue, a red, and like a gray. Not like this blue is, not like a solid blue, but kind of this, I guess it's called heather. I don't know, but and then they will have us, you can have the t-shirt fundraiser open for 1 to 4 weeks, depending on what you want. They say 2 weeks is the best. Yeah, I think I do like this color. But basically they'll wait until the fundraiser's over based on how many weeks we pick, and then they'll print all shirts at once and either send them to the people who said they want it sent individually, or they'll send the batch to us for anybody local who wants to not have to pay shipping, and we can hand those out. So we figure we'll do 2 or maybe 3 weeks, and then do that. But all right, so pretty much everybody seems to be agreeing on vest, I think. I don't know, I just really thought some people might like having something different, but that's fine. All right, so we've got the zooming in help. Not really. We have a fridge that was stocked. Okay, you you put cans in the fridge. Burner, more cans, cups. Nope. Building 71 closed. Gas leak allegation. Okay. So that happened. I keep waiting to get a jump scare. Adubo photo shoot 5.0. Oh, I can run slightly. It's not significantly faster. See, now this feels like zombie apocalypse, and we had to block up all the stairwells to keep zombies from getting to us. Welcome students, here's to another great semester. Nah, I can't read it. It just looks biological, whatever it is. I'm starting to wonder if this game is just going to constantly keep me on the edge, thinking I'm going to get a jump scare and never give me one. Oh, I can duck now. Can I jump? Nope, still can't jump. I laughed when I heard what they said, but when I first saw it with my own eyes, I really felt my eyes attached to it. I felt like I was floating, Claudia said. It was like I was really being pulled by it, maybe. That doesn't look good. I don't know if it was clear on the camera, but there was people, what looked like people in robed hoods, hooded robes, whatever. I have a feeling I'm going to have to go there, but I'm going to keep looking around first. Best case scenario was mannequins, but that's not necessarily a good thing. It depends on if the mannequins move. So I guess maybe the cult stuff, or maybe that thing was just something for me to investigate, since it moved me on already. Luis asked me to send you a letter as you won't be back for a few more weeks. It's getting difficult to keep an eye on the offered ones. One of them came close to escaping last night when the stairs weren't being watched. And that got me thinking. This week, we'll be piling up some of the classroom tables on the stairs, ensuring that the only viable way to get around is by using the elevator. I think that way we can ensure that no one runs away. I would like to know your opinion. Sincerely, Pedro. Oh, that's lovely. There's something on the mattress. Okay, it looks like body's covered. Okay. I wish the things I heard were a lie, but it seems they are not. I'm too old to put up with things like this. Roberto. I didn't leave you in charge of the congregation for you to take absurd actions. Initiation ritual? It seems like you're turning this into a business to take people's money, and worse yet, using the situation to feed the cravings of your sick mind. Please remember the beauty behind the ascension and why we started the congregation. Sacrifices were never a part of it. Claudia. Okay. So Claudia is anti-sacrifice. Roberto, I can't contain myself. Do you realize what we've just proved? I don't know how to put it into words, but they were right in front of me, and then gone. Without a shadow of a doubt, I can say the other moon is real. What is the year 2000 problem? Yep. I know some of y'all were old enough to remember the Y2K stuff. And there's a picture of Claudia. Science and biology. All right, D. Have a good night. Thanks for joining in. But yeah, Y2K stuff, I didn't have to face it, yeah. That was my senior year of high school, and I was in Pennsylvania visiting friends and staying at a little church lock-in event. And that's not where I met my wife. I met her 1 or 2 weeks before that, but that's where she and I spent all night talking. And then in my mind, we had started a relationship at that point. In her mind, we were just talking. But yeah. Okay, where am I? I must have missed something because I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing. Oof, an open can. More open cans. Oh. Apparently I needed to walk closer to the window. I think the moon's getting bigger. Okay. I don't know. Okay. Well, that was a thing. Okay. So now we got TV on. We're in a room and the door is blocked. Okay, this is the room from earlier. So we've somehow come back to the room and the bookcase has been moved to block the door. I don't like it. currently. Oh, I do not have my flashlight anymore. Aw, give me a working bathroom. Give me a door that opens. Or is it gonna force me to go down here? Look at the moon, look at the moon, look at the moon. Can't read that. Okay, come on. I'm afraid to go and then have to come back here. They do have the camcorder camera synced up with the VCR time. Okay, so I'm gonna go back and see if I can find something. Oh, my vision's really messing up. I mean, I know they're trying to block you in and all, but really, you ought to be able to get past this. Even just hopping over the rail, that's not that bad a height. So this game has a whole lot of just sitting and doing nothing for a while. Oh, they are levitating. Okay. Interesting. Yeah, I can't remember if that was an itch.io or a Humble Bundle game. Um, well, the atmosphere was nice. Some mechanics were nice, but not being able to change settings uh, really hampered things. And it was just so slow. And there was never really scares. It was just kind of creepy. I'm kind of surprised they didn't do more with it. And the thing is, um, when it comes for me and scary stuff, I'm big on supernatural in that whether it's demons, ghosts, aliens, you know, not just, oh, there's some guy who's a murderer. That I don't care about that. I care about the other stuff. That's what gets me. So this one, I mean, the moon was weird. That was kind of a supernatural thing, but nothing really ever scary happened with it. So, okay. Well, that's done. This is another little game I grabbed. May as well try it. Oh, not deer stew, which, um, if you're new to it, not deer. The not deer is, I don't know if it started out just as a creepypasta or if it started out as a cryptid of some kind and then there were stories added. But the not deer is something that looks like a deer, but there's something wrong with it. You could tell it's not a deer, but it's kind of like a deer. Snow rests heavy on the woods of Timberholt. Something lives in these woods, not an animal, not a man. It feeds on any who wander too far. Today is Christmas Eve. An old man returns to the woods just as he has every year. He follows the old recipe, the one they call the not deer stew. Okay. I don't actually know who Wendigoon is. Write that name down. But yeah, the not deer. Which usually they're talking about gather 6 logs, stack and light them. Follow the recipe, don't die. Yeah, usually they're talking about stuff that looks almost like a deer but isn't quite. But it also ties in sometimes when you see deer who have those diseases. I don't remember if it's the wasting disease or whatever. Like I've seen one where a deer walks on its hind legs just in big circles, and it's because of a disease that got them stuck walking that way, and they just walk till they die. So stuff like that kind of feeds into the not deer idea. probably pick up one at a time. Yep. Yeah, there's some bones. And, oh, stairs in the woods. Well, I've got to try the stairs. Okay. Stairs in the Woods is another creepypasta that I like. What? Oh, that's what I was seeing. Okay. Melt 6 snowballs in the pot. Okay. Add vegetables. 3 whole potatoes, 2 whole carrots, 1 whole onion. Well, at least I don't have to chop them up. Alright. Wild mushrooms. 3. Have to return to the stew. Yeah, but I'm trying to find mushrooms and I'm having no success. There are a lot of bones. There's no telling how many creatures this knot deer has killed. Oh. Oh my. And I can't throw very far and I can't run. So. not sure taking the mushrooms from Fairy Ring is a good idea, but it is what it is. And a will-o-wisp. Okay. Toss in 2 luminous herbs. As they heat, they will call the knot deer. Which isn't necessarily something you should want to do. Okay. There we go. Sit and wait and hunt. Sit by the fire. It will come from behind. Turn too soon and it flees. Turn too late and you die. Fire at the right moment. It will try to kill you. Don't stop shooting until it falls. R reload. Okay. Too slow. The forest is quiet again. In these woods, the knot deer takes any who wander too far. Today it was the old man. What remains of him lies scattered through the Timberholt woods. His family celebrates no Christmas this year. Okay. If they were going to make me redo that, then I was just not. I keep hearing it, but I guess I'm doing too early. Ah. And just while I was sitting there waiting, my phone buzzed. That almost made me jump just from the buzz. Dadgummit. Alright, we're gonna do this. help if I could run. Yeah, I was not prepared for the crawling. I was all good, like, oh, I've got him. And then he crawled. Yeah, this is honestly, that part's kind of weird. They're not making it anywhere near deer-like. God, I really want to beat this. But when I turn around fast enough, I just end up shooting right after it. I need to... I don't know. Honestly, I don't know if you have enough time to reload. Shoulder meat only, tender when stewed. Leave the rest for the forest. The meat rots quickly, add to the pot. When you hear the call, the stew is done. A new not deer is born. Leave the forest immediately. Share the stew with others. Serve hot with homemade bread. The old man returns with the stew. The family gathers. They eat, they sing, they dance. Later, he tucks his grandchildren into warm beds as the smell of the Mothman cake drifts through the house. This tradition lasted for generations until the Great Not Deer Massacre of 1986. But that is a story for another time. Thanks for playing. Okay. Yeah. Mothman cake. I mean, at least the not deer. If it's deer-like, that made sense. But Mothman cake, no. For a quick little free game, that was pretty good. It was just difficult. I would have liked to carry more than one piece of wood at a time. Yeah, so here's, when you search not deer, here's some stuff that pops up. Like, deer, not deer. Or this is kind of what I was talking about with the seeing one that had like disease making it walk. I have seen something like this, which might be, yeah, I was going to say SCP, Frank the Not Deer. One of the SCPs is Frank the Not Deer, whose mouth like opens up huge. Let me see. Video. Trying to see if I could find that. This is not the one I was talking about. Unfortunately, the one I was talking about is from so long ago, I'm having trouble finding it. But look at this one in the back. And then eventually it'll stand. Honestly, that may be fake for all I know. But yeah, I was just really hoping, because the one I was talking about earlier, the video of the deer walking around, what was real, and it was very much just, oh, this is a disease thing. Okay. Well, I'm not finding what I wanted, so I'll give up on that for now. Let's see. 9:47, not bad so far. We've been going for an hour 44. Oh. collateral damage. You know what? I don't think I'm going to play a long time, but I do want to try this game. So, yep. Basically, they have a whole different. They have a bunch of games like this. In this case, I've got to find 100 cats somewhere in here. And y'all can feel free to help. I really didn't think that was a cat. I was just clicking just in case. I don't. Well, I'm trying to figure out if that's actually an achievement or is that just an in-game thing they're doing. This is one of the games I had picked up in case we wanted to do it during my fundraiser stream, but just never got to it. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I'm just barely seeing them myself. I just have to look for something that looks kind of out of place. And some of them, you're just seeing like the head or something, so yeah. They're being a little, taking some liberty with what they considered a cat. Oh my goodness. Oh, let me. Just do that for a second, make it a little easier for y'all to see. Okay, it's starting to get harder. Oh my goodness. Okay, 37 left. I was afraid it was going to be, I mean, it's not easy, but it's not as hard as I was afraid it would be. At least so far. Okay. after we're done with this, I'll go check the achievements and see if these are actually all achievements. If it is, might need to tell Cassie about it. She can go earn some achievements. Interesting. So you can make it black and white. There's one in the wing. Oh goodness. Is there one in that bottle? Yeah. Yeah, so they're pretty tough. I didn't even, like, that was one that was just, it looked a little funny to me, so I clicked it. Uh, 17, okay. Oh boy. This is what I was afraid of. It was going well, and now we might get to the point where we can't find the rest. Oh boy. Which, yeah, I'm sure it's hard for y'all to see it as well. Okay. 11 to go. Ten. Okay, we got down to 10. I am checking chat just in case y'all see any. But it is hard. Okay, 9. 8. really, some of the times it is just seeing like something that looks like it might be two eyes and then clicking on it. Come over here, turn that off a second. Just wanted to make an adjustment to what game we're playing, so that's better. Alright, can we find the last 8 and finish this? Which what I don't know is whether the game has multiple levels or just like this one. Oh, 7, 6. Okay, we're going to find them. I don't think. Yeah, that's too bright. Like I might try that if it were opposite, like all dark with white outline, but all that white is just. Ooh, it's not that late. So I assume nobody's got anything yet. see one right here. And again, that's just one of those, just because it looks different, I was able to tell that it's a cat. I'm trying really hard not to use hints, because I see that there is a hint thing. At least I assume that's a hint thing. Oh my goodness. Five to go. Oh, up here, right there, right above my mouse, you can see another one. Oh, come on. What we got? Above. This. Are you talking about this thing? Because I've gone for that several times, thinking that looked like it could be a cat, because it's just such a weird shape. If that's not what you're talking about, tell me. Okay. Yeah, I keep thinking it, and I keep going back to it. There's one on the Talon. So we're down to 3. I think I've gotten all the ones from behind the camera, but I'll move it so you can see behind the camera now. trying to pick stuff to just walk through. Like now I'm looking at all the pillars again. There's a little bitty cat face in that arch. 2 to go. This game did seem super easy, now it's not so much. Okay, come on. We just gotta find 2 more. Oh man. Not that I'm ready for it yet, but I do wish I knew if the hint thing was like just a broad, vague hint, or like a here's one you're missing. Because like if it told me only check the right half of the screen, then I would consider that faster than one that might just tell me directly where it is. But it doesn't tell me how much it will give me. Oh, come on. There's only 2 left. I'm worried about the walls just because there's so much going on. One left. Oh, hey, Lime Pie. Welcome back in, and thank you for 3 months. That is awesome. Thank you so much. We have been trying to find 100 cats. Well, it says they're cats, but you know, it's kind of iffy, the appearance of the cats. We found 99 of them. I'm looking for one last cat. Oh, man. I've just been knocking out some of the little games I had. I finished Fever Meme earlier, so I was able to jump in and finish a couple others. I figured I wanted to try this 100 cats thing. They make a whole bunch of these games. I just bought this one. I think it was cheap, but I'm pretty sure I paid for it. But yeah. Which I have clicked on that just to make sure that didn't count. I don't think, no. I really don't want to use a hint since we've gotten through 99 of them without a hint. The riveting gameplay and stream. Which, I mean, it's probably this way for any hidden object game. I have thought about that, Pharrell. Just starting to click all sorts of places. I have thought about that. I can't decide if that's any better than just clicking on the hint button or not. I'm afraid it's going to be a really tiny cat. Kind of like that little bitty one I found on a dragon talon. Surely we can find one more cat. It really does feel like there's no way there's another cat here. I've looked at everything. Keep expecting ones to be hidden like in the swirls on the doors or something. Okay, come on. 9 and down, one more, that's all. On top of the back window. Center. Alright, talking in this area. Okay, this one. You might be right, Jess. I think that's the last cat right there. In this little curve. I don't know if I would have found that eventually on my own or not. I don't know how you found that one, Jess. Yeah. See, I see they've got others. Bakery cats. Sorry, there's a little cat right there. Or there's another. So yeah, they've made tons of them. I was wanting to see, yeah, new releases. Okay, so Radioactive is free. $1.50, $1.50, $1.40. Oh, even down to 60 cents. 100 crime cats. So that's interesting. I guess you just get an artist. Yeah. Yeah, I've unlocked all 100 achievements. Here, let's exit. So I want to know what's the hardest ones to find. Right now, it looks like almost everybody has found them all. I guess when you bother to get the game, you just sit until you find it. So 100 cats. By 100 cozy game. And these are, yeah, releases. Although I do admit, I think I like the color version rather than the black and white. Now what in the world? Okay. So there's a future game. Observer the cat. If I notice it pop up when it comes out, I'll have to grab that. Color seems harder. Let's see, that's color. So that zoomed in, so it's easier, but when I tried to do just the black and white earlier, the brightness of it was just so much. If she wants to play while she does her yap session, to be honest, yeah, we might need to tell Cassie about this. Some of them are free. The ones that aren't free are $2 or less. I'll add to my library while I'm here. So yeah, I think we should suggest that Cassie can go get her hidden object game time and achievement time all wrapped up in one. All right, let me check. Okay. I think that's a good time to wrap up. So what I want to do that did not work. Let me try and take that. What I want to do is raid Carly. Oh no, Carly. She has started streaming. I think last night was our second stream, but I was in there. It was pretty fun, and then she started a little bit ago while I was playing one of the games. So let's go raid her. Say hi. Yeah, she started just recently, so let's go check that out. But thanks for everybody coming, chatting, helping, whatever. I will see y'all another time. Let's go raid.
You can't. You can be the best.
Hi, Bapperson. Oh my God. Hi. Hi. SMP. What a wild thing to get from my brother. Iconic. But anyway, everybody who just came in, they're raiders. They are in Caitlin's community. So I know them from there. And they're wonderful humans, all of them. I don't actually, this is my first time ever having a true streaming setup. It all started because my friend Lexi